Yeah, that's right. Dr. Pepper shooting their commercials. You know, in the off season, all the big commercials are shot that you watch all year long during football season. And if you watch college ball, you've seen the Dr. Pepper Fansville ads. They were a big deal last year. You're going to love where we are. First of all, do you recognize the clock on the top of the building up there? Anybody want to guess at it? I'll tell you what it is. It's Back to the Future. This is the set from Back to the Future. But today, this is the set for Dr. Pepper's Fansville shoot. So you see this kind of all set up. It's like a big college tailgate. And two of the big stars of the whole Fansville series. I'll give you a little description of Fansville. It's like a series. It's almost like a show that the commercial changes every week and there's an advancement. So we're into season 2 and there's an advancement. Two of the biggest stars are two of the biggest college football stars of their era. Right, when the boss comes at you, you got to step down. Brian, we already know what Eddie George did, but Brian Bosworth is here. You'll remember him from the linebacker from Oklahoma, then up to Seattle, and clearly you're some type of official in these commercials.
I am the sheriff of Fansville. I mean, Dr. Pepper's as old as college football, so somebody's got to maintain control in this Fansville.
You know, this is so funny. In all the years, you would think, like when you two were playing ball, I'm trying to think, Brian, it was when in the early 90s, was it? When was it?
Late 80s.
Late 80s. It was even longer.
Yeah.
Would you ever imagine that this much later you'd still be, out here talking college football and doing commercials for it?
Well, I'm just about football. I'm just about sports, and football's been so ingrained in my life, and to be part of football and to continue to train, it's just something that's a fabric of who I am inside. So I identify with it, and the fact Dr. Pepper brings us out and they continue their rich tradition with college football, it's a blessing.
It's kind of fun. Now here was the fun part for me, because right before we came on earlier, Eddie looks up and he goes, "Wait a minute, wait," and you had that light bulb went off because you said this is the set from Back to the Future.
This is the town from Back to the Future. Marty McFly and the DeLorean and all that. I had an epiphany. I see the clock and I'm like, oh my God, we're here. So it's always great. But just talk about what Brian was talking about in terms of college football and being out here with the fans, and Dr. Pepper being synonymous with college football is just a blessing to be here. And I grew up watching this man wreck shop for Oklahoma for so many years and played for Seattle. So I'm a big fan as well, but it just brings us together to celebrate our sport.
You were in the 90s at Ohio State. Yes. He was in the 80s. It's not that far apart. Listen, I want you to know that I'm your generation. So I know you, and I watched you very closely. I am so tired of Alabama Clemson. I want something to change in college football. Do you think it will?
Well, I think you're going to have some Big 12 representation. I like what the Pac-10's doing. Big 12's got Texas coming up now, so you got two relevant teams there. The SEC is always a class act, and the ACC's, Clemson's the top dog until somebody knocks Clemson off.
I think Ohio State's going to be making that claim this year. I really do. I think they're going to. I think we have the talent, the right coaching staff.
Wait, do the right coach? Because Urban Meyer's gone now. He's on Fox now.
I think Ryan Day's going to surprise a lot of people. I think it just continues. The cupboard is not bare at Ohio State. We still got a great deal of talent and the best damn fans in the land. So yeah,
you would argue with that. An Oklahoma fan would say that's not true, right?
I think the last time we played there, we planted a flag. I think in ownership, Oklahoma owns Ohio State right now.
Well, time out, Brian. I believe the year before that we came down to Oklahoma. You left at halftime, right? Because the game was over, right?
Well, I had to get home.
Because the score.
I don't remember the score. We didn't win, but all I know, the last time we played, somebody planted a flag.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield planted that flag, and of course he's playing for Cleveland now. How do you think Baker's going to do up there in Cleveland? They say he's going to have a pretty good offense. Do you think they'll come on? Do you think they can beat the Rams?
If he can get an offensive line in front of him, protect him a little bit, so he has a little bit more time to just run the play the way the play's designed instead of him having to improvise the way he does, I think they'll have a much more successful season.
We'll see. Rams, Chargers, which one?
Rams,
Chargers, which one?
Rams on that.
Oh, Chargers are good.
I know they're good.
All right, national champion in football.
Oklahoma.
Why am I asking?
The Ohio State.
How about that's a ridiculous question for these two. Thanks to Dr. Pepper, this has been fun. All right, you guys, let me toss it back to you.
Got a question before they go. What is Eddie?
What
is Eddie lifting these days? His arms are like the size of your head.
I'm going to tell you. He'd like to know, our anchorman, Alex, what are you lifting these days? Because you are still in great shape.
Right?
Footballs and Dr. Pepper cans.
All right.
Good answer.
See, good
on brand.
right here.
For sure. We'll be right back.